Yes, people, welcome back to Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone had a blessed weekend. What you saying, my bro?
Yeah, well, good weekend, man. Thanks, good weekend. Other than the Spurs result, they're getting some easy pens, but it is what it is. It's part of the game. But yeah, ready to talk about the games today, bro. Hope you're well, man.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm all well, thanks. And what you saying, Jeff, man?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Been an active weekend, so I've been out a lot. So
Yeah,
happy to. I was actually happy to work and sit down today, man. So
yeah. Nice. Well, yeah, active weekend, yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, nah, say nothing, man. Say nothing. Obviously, Rash is in the background. He's just going to grab a drink, so he'll be on in a sec. But in the meantime, people smash the like, subscribe to RBT, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all of that. So yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's probably start off with the FA Cup final. Let's start off with the FA Cup final. Liverpool Chelsea, another 0-0, another penalty shootout. Liverpool coming out on top. I think when Mane missed the pen, I think everyone thought, oh wow, Liverpool might actually lose. Like maybe it's not raining the stars because but then Mount loses and misses for Chelsea. Shimikaz scores the winning penalty for Liverpool. And yeah, I
Who?
feel like Shimikaz.
I'm joking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
games like that.
And yeah, to be fair, I feel like the first hour of the game was pretty entertaining.
Mhm.
And but then you could see the players got tired quick. And obviously Saturday was hot as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you man were out, Saturday was warm, so you could see that the energy of the players started sapping about after an hour. But yeah, Jalil, man, what did you make of the game? Did you feel like Liverpool deserved to win? Yeah, what were your key takeaways from the game?
Yeah, man. It was for me. It was 50-50. It was a good game to watch, man. Diaz causing problems. Even Mount caused a few problems from their side as well. Uh, Kante done well as well. I mean, I'm just trying to pick out the individuals and see what was going on. But yeah, man, it was pretty much a good, entertaining game. And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be a boring game." It must have been a boring game because of 0-0. But obviously, we don't go off numbers and that. We go off how the game, how the players are play, how they play in that. So yeah, it was quite an interesting game, to be fair. Very interesting game. Big up Rashford.
We got Rashford.
Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. I think I'll say Liverpool deserves it, man. They just showed fight and stuff. Man, they missing that pen. I mean, it's his goalkeeper. They take pens together all the time, innit? Like they're the national goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so they
Yeah,
know who he was, and he looks at him like he looks at him with a tear in his eyes. He's like, "Sorry, my friend." You know them ones there. I had to do this too, but things had to happen and that. But he done well, man. He saved that pen nicely. If it goes in, people say it was a great pen. If it gets saved, people said he could have done better. That's life, innit? But yeah, he did what he had to do, man. Got a big up Trent as well. Got a big up Trent. He's had a lot of critics. I've criticised him myself a number of times, 100%. But he played well, in my opinion. Played really well. And yeah, man, big him up for everything he's achieved to the age of, what is he, 23, 22, 23?
pretty free.
23. He's won pretty much everything in English football, man, which is quite ideal, man. He's just got to do it. He doesn't really need to go to Barca and do it there. He doesn't need to go to, I think internationally now, let him get a few, but, he's achieved what a lot of people could not achieve in their lifetime, and, they get praise. So I feel like we should give him his praise. I'm happy to give him his praise, man, 100%. Yeah, other than that, man, I'm just trying to see other stuff, man. But yeah, I just wanted to big up Trent, really. But other than that, good game to watch. Liverpool deserved it. Quadruple still on, as some may say. Even, I don't know, could they potentially win on the last game of the season? Who knows? You know what I mean? So anything could happen. I heard that Salah's out as well. So yeah, man, let the boys take it away now. Our time in, man. Other than that, man, it was a good game to watch for the neutrals. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care who won.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think Salah went out. Obviously, eight people in the building already smashed the legs, but yeah, Salah went out. I had a feeling when he went off that it was one of those injuries that he had the Champions League final in his mind. And he was probably thinking, I ain't going to risk missing the Champions League final for the FA Cup. And I hear it, to be fair. I don't blame him at all. Um, so, yeah, and I think Van Dijk, same thing, more of a precaution that he went off, but he didn't really notice it. Um, I feel like for Chelsea, Lukaku was poor. Then again, so I thought Pulisic missed some easy chances. they always seem to fall to him. The chances in the two finals seem to fall to Pulisic. But big up Derma in the building. Hope you're blessed, my guys. Saying big up the guys. Great to grind out another trophy. League will be too far a stretch. What about Money Mount's Wembley record? Yeah, I think that's his
0
sixth.
6.
6, yeah, 0-6 at Wembley in finals. That's a mad record. That's a mad record. Trent was excellent. Yeah, he was, especially defensively. He had at the back post 2 or 3 times. Some great recovery. So big him up. Big up Falak in the building. Saying hello, beautiful people. Big up Falak. We've had a good day. Obviously, Rash saying smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. So yeah. Jeff, man. What for you? Like, what were the key takeaways from the game? Like, obviously the quad is still on. So, what are you saying?
I actually didn't catch the game in full because I was out for most of the day, but I saw like 20 minutes of regular time and another extra time. So from what I saw, it was interesting. Like you said, people looked a bit tired, but to me, it made it a little bit more interesting because people like Diaz were just having a field day. Diaz was running past everyone. He had a very, very, very good game for what I saw. Trent played pretty well. I watched the highlights over as well, and it seemed like either team probably could have won it in normal time. Like I saw Pulisic missed 2 or 3 chances. Marcus Alonso also missed one where he was on the stretch where he probably could have done better.
Yes.
Especially with him being a good finisher, like you probably would expect himself to do better. See that Robertson missed an absolute sitter.
Yeah, back post.
Yeah, and then Diaz had a couple like half chances and one quite easy chance like half an hour in. But I guess, both Chelsea could feel like a little hard done by that. They lost some penalties, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles when it comes to penalties. You got to do your job in normal time. But yeah, salute to Liverpool. I don't know about the league, but I guess we'll get to that. Like City's slight slip still in their hands though, but yeah, it seems like we'll probably go to the last game of the season. But yeah, man, salute to Liverpool for even keeping the fight up all season. Like they could feel like it was unlucky if they haven't won the league because they've done really well. They've kind of pushed City all the way again. So yeah, salute to them, man.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Big up Jamie in the building. Hope you're blessed. Is John saying Ronaldo's washed, finished, done at it? No, I'm not. I'm not at all because he is finished. So,
oh man,
he's done well second half of the season. I ain't gonna deny that. But listen, he's not Ronaldo, isn't it?
When you say finish, what do you mean, though?
I just mean I think people still rate him as like world class. Ronaldo's not world class anymore. If you want to say he's a world class finisher, cool, goal scorer, fine. But as an all around player, I don't think he's world class anymore, in my personal opinion. But
why would you say he's not world class anymore?
Because he's just like the way he used to get involved in the game. I know it's decreased every year since about 2015. It's decreased every year, but now it's to the point where what does he add to United in terms of like a build-up play perspective?
That's not really his thing anymore, is it? Like
That's what I'm saying. So how can you be an all-round world-class player?
So all right, who's someone in a similar like would you say? Because Lukaku's kind of like a one-run player. As good as Lukaku is, like he is.
Yeah, Lukaku's not world-class, man.
You wouldn't say Lukaku's world-class?
Nah, man.
John doesn't rate many people, guys. I think you guys should know this by now, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I've never really rated Lukaku like that, but I do know Lukaku was very good at Inter Milan. But again, we've kind of spoken about it before. We did say during the summer that a lot of Lukaku's goals, when you see the highlights, they were very similar goals. Semi on the break, a lot of space in behind. It's not the type of football that Chelsea play where it's more slow. We saw them play on Saturday against Liverpool. More slow, structured build up, go side to side. How many touches did Lukaku have? Probably like less than 20 in the whole game?
What about Messi then? Do you still think he's world class?
Probably not him as well.
All right.
I think he is. Yeah, that's mad.
So what does world class mean to you now then? Because
world class to me means like for your position, you have to be top 2 or 3 for your position. World
To
class
be
should be
considered world
very.
class.
What's that?
To be considered world class, you have to be
Yeah,
top 2 or
because
3.
world class should not be for a lot of people. You can say great player, that's a different category, but world class should be very, very few people should be considered world class. Because isn't that the whole point of the terminology?
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
I'd
to
go
me,
5.
I think it's changed a little bit, in my opinion. Like from
Maybe it's changed. I feel like maybe it's
how I
got
used to judge
broader.
it. Yeah, how I used to
I
judge
feel
it
like
is not
it's
how
got,
I judge it
I feel
now.
like it's probably got broader now.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I'm just, and obviously you guys know how much I love Ronaldo. I just feel like he's not world class anymore. But that doesn't mean he's not a great player. But I just think I look at Harry Kane and I say he's a top 3 striker in the world.
They both gained form at exactly around the same time though, because if I think numbers wise, I think Kane's got more, but in terms of impact wise to a game, Kane's got so many people around him like Son and guy on the right. I can't remember the pronunciation them. We're butchering any more names on this show.
Kulusevski.
Sure, few or not, man. I ain't calling that
Cool.
team out. Yeah. But Ronaldo's by himself, and he's been saving them by himself. These, I mean, it's kind of the Saka thing for us, where we finished 9th, and if it wasn't him, we would have finished lower. When he saved us, kind of. And it's kind of for them as well. If it weren't for them, then they would have been. Well, they could be Everton in a relegation battle. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's world class. He's world class if it comes to that kind of stuff, because he's kind of saving them. I know they're not in anywhere competing, but you know what I'm trying to say there? Saved them a number of times.
So let me ask you guys this, and maybe Rash should comment here. Do you think me saying Ronaldo's a world class goal scorer, or maybe just a great player overall, is a diss?
Nah. I know how you feel. I know how you really feel about him. It's different.
I can't say this, but it may slightly undermine his contribution, I'd say, because to me it's marginally different to Ronaldo 5 years ago. Like Ronaldo kind of carved out his goal scoring niche and it ain't looked back since. So if you're doing the same thing you were kind of doing 5 years ago, how can I now penalize you and say you're not world class when you're doing the same thing 5 years ago?
See, and I agree with what you're saying, Jeff, but I just feel like 5 years ago, while he wasn't doing what he was doing at United and the first few years of Madrid, it's still what he was doing 5 years ago was still quite a lot different to what he's doing now. Now he's just
look at the team though, because if you're at Real Madrid, you've got Benzema, you got Modric, you got Cruz. They were prime players then. You've got Marcelo in his prime. You've got really, really good players, and then now you've got Fred, McTominay, Matic.
Yeah.
Sure. The thing that you have to really see here as well is that look, Ronaldo at Juventus was still world class. Yeah, Ronaldo at Juventus was still world class. So the difference isn't really Ronaldo. I think it's really the team. I think if you was to even put Ronaldo back in Madrid, I think all of a sudden his stats will go up all over again. You know what I'm trying to say? So if that was the case, then he would have regained his world-class status. But then it just depends on the people that he's around, I guess. So I know you can't say a bad workman, or they say a bad workman always blames his tools, but at the same time, you can only work with what you got. You know what I mean? And from the team that he's in, I mean, the players around him are shocking right now. Like, horrible. So considering he's still managed to be, I think he's the top scorer in the Manchester United team. I think he's actually he bagged in this season as well, about a good 13, 14 goals already in the league.
18
in the league.
18 all comps though, right?
24 in the league.
Oh, see, look.
Look
here, bruv. Yeah, I have to put an end to this now, because look at the team he's playing with, but he's managed to bang 18 in the league and 25 in all comps. That's some numbers that Lacazette ain't ever hit those numbers ever. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this is what I'm trying to say is that I think to say that he's not world class now is extremely harsh because of what he has achieved with the shitbags behind him. Excuse my language. I think he's done quite well considering his age as well. You know what I mean? I think he still can be considered as world class. I don't think he's an elite baller anymore. I think he's coming down off of the slope now. He's reached his peak and he's heading downwards. So he's not elite anymore. He's not to the highest he's ever been, but he's still a world class player. He still could walk into any team and be first name on the sheet.
Oh, you see, that's where I actually like a lot of what you said, but I think that last statement there is where I disagree. I don't think he can walk into every team anymore. But that's
well considered the top teams. How do they play?
Well, okay. Do you not think he plays for Madrid?
Madrid. He could still play for Madrid.
He could still. I don't think he's starting over Benzema anymore. Not at this point.
You play them both.
But is Madrid?
Right, he couldn't play on the wing again.
Madrid a top 3 team in reality. I know they made the final, but
but
they know their luck. So if we take a City, even though they went out, City to me are still a top 2, top 3 team in.
Of course. And Liverpool.
If Haaland isn't purchased, if Ronaldo went to City at the start of the season, let's just give a rough estimates from each person. How many goals would Ronaldo have? He's got 18 at this.
This makeshift club.
Give both. I always want to hear it.
Comes 30 to 35.
And league?
It has to be 20 to 25.
Right. So he would possibly be leading the goal scoring chance if he was at Manchester City, and he's 4 off leading the goal scoring chance. No,
he would take the pen straight away as well.
Right. Okay. So you said 20 to 25 league goals, 30 to 35 competition in all comps. Jalil.
All comps he would have hit the 40 mark in my opinion with De Bruyne and Silva and them, man. Look, all these. The reason why I say it, all these goals that Mahrez and Foden are missing, he's putting away. Let's be real, they're tap-ins. He's
not missing some of the chances you see Man City miss.
And you think about this, you get 3 or 4 tap-ins per game. He's putting at least 1 away. Let's be real out of those, So I'm gonna go 40. Jeff, you said in the league as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
League is hitting that 25.
Right. Okay. So that's a solid return still.
When I say all competitions, I mean FA Cup, Carling Cup, Europa or whatever. Champions League. Yeah, so I'm saying
and Rush.
Yeah. Look, with the amount of chances that City create and his poachability, if I can say that, in and around the box.
It's a new word, but I like it.
You like that word,
poachability?
Yeah, man, that's good. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Might have to put copyrights on that one. I hear no one using that. But I think like definitely he's would have been scoring between 25, 30 goals in the league, I reckon, with the amount of chances that City create. And his normal 35 all comps. Possibly, do you know what I'm trying to say? So I reckon with those sort of stats around him, I don't think we can say that he's actually short of being world class anymore. I don't think we can say that.
Yeah, listen, I'm not mad to be wrong or to be in the minority with this. I just feel like, maybe I'm. Do
you think you are caught up on what you always say about your nostalgia and so forth like that? What you know of Ronaldo, how much you rate Ronaldo, what he is to you, and then seeing him perform at the standards that he does because he's at Manchester United, maybe that has had an effect on. Maybe that's actually what you are really upset with more than anything.
There probably is some of that for sure. I just think as well, you made a great point about Juve. I think maybe what Juve did is Man United help expose people's weaknesses rather than highlight people's strengths. Everyone's weaknesses at United, you see. Pogba, not good at tracking back. He's not good at his awareness is not the best. He gets pickpocketed a lot. You see that United all the time. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's weaknesses at United, you see, and Ronaldo's just come in and falling right into that same thing. So it will be interesting to see what Ten Hag does with him if Ronaldo does stay. I get the feeling that Ronaldo doesn't want to go out like this at United. I mean, if they end up, if they end up in Europa Conference League, I mean, that's kind of that's a bad. the end, to be
They'll win
honest.
it though. They'll win
Yeah,
it.
but come on, man. Europa Conference League.
There's no point even wanting to enter that. They should want to do what Arsenal did, if I'm honest.
No, but they
Like,
can't. United
that?
can't finish 8th now.
They can't.
They can't
No,
finish
they
8th.
can't.
Because
West Ham-
Wolves
West
have
Ham-
thrown in the
West Ham
towel.
too- Yeah, West Ham's too
Point-
far behind,
That's
bro.
pointless
No.
extra
West Ham,
games.
no, West Ham can overtake United. Well, if
No,
West
can
Ham overtake United, they get Europa League.
Yeah, United got what, one game?
One game, Palace away.
Mm.
And
That's
United
it.
can lose that. I can't
Palace
lie.
away. Palace is on job as well.
United
bro.
ain't got none. United don't care about the league. So I can see United
No
losing
point.
that. West Ham getting that 6th place, which I think is exactly what Rash predicted for West Ham. So, but yeah, I mean, let me get into some of the comments before we just finish up on the Liverpool, and then we can touch on Man City as well. I'm sure Jamie's probably still cooking me in the comments. I didn't even
You already know it's
Hey,
coming.
don't worry, man. Jamie's been cooking, man, all day
I said,
anyway.
don't be wrong and strong, John. Don't worry, my guy. Don't worry. I got the drop from my Jalil that Trent was getting his flowers.
He did.
My bad guy just couldn't work, so I'm tuned in. Big up Justice Girl, man. Big up my guy,
He's
man.
got antennas for Liverpool, man.
I don't know how he does it, man. Falak saying John took some next pills today. I feel like John's having a bad day, so he can throw hands. Nah, not even. I don't like violence still. I don't like violence. Bro, Ronaldo was on fire the other day. He can still build up play, but it's not the game. He's 36. Aguero was never a build-up man, was world class.
Fair. He's a finisher.
Bro.
He's a
Aguero
finisher.
could kinda dribble, though. Before Aguero's injuries hit him, Aguero could kind of dribble. Let's not
Yeah,
sleep on
Ronaldo
Aguero.
can. Ronaldo still can. He does that. You know, step over the pass.
Nah, you can't.
I'm
You
defending
can't.
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo,
but the dribbling, hey, that aspect.
Nah. The
That
dribbling is
aspect-
done, man. The dribbling is finito.
I think even he's realized as well. Like he's just like, no, that's not me no more.
Yeah.
Fair,
Nemo
fair.
saying no
Chance
chance
he's
to walk
world class.
class anymore, let's be honest.
Have to disagree, buddy, but I hear you.
Benzema, Lewandowski, Kane, Haaland, all streets ahead.
That doesn't mean he's
That
not
doesn't
world-class,
mean
though.
that he's not in. Yeah.
I
There's
think
levels
he's
to
just-
this.
He's saying if
Oh,
he
he's
walks
going
past
by
that-
your definition.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah. Well, Bimba, we just copyrighted me. That's mad. Big up, man. Bro, you said he's washed. Well, that's a big difference compared to a very good player, a world-class finisher. Bro, hyperboles, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, but I'm so sorry. He's 36 and he's actually making play. He's still moving better than most of the other players. The team is just a shambles at the moment.
Yeah, basically.
The term world class thrown around well too loosely these days.
I agree.
Would not get into Liverpool City's team.
I don't know about that.
Don't know about that. He could get into Liverpool's team.
Probably. Nah, I understand.
Maybe not now, because Mane
Yeah.
plays through the middle. Maybe
Yeah.
not now.
Yeah, more so City than Liverpool.
But this
No,
isn't Cook John Day. Still.
Yeah, it's kind of going that way. But I don't mind, man. I can take
Let me put up the defense barriers here. So roasting my guy. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
he
Everyone
played
has
with-
their day, man.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their day, man.
It's
Everyone's
true,
got
it's
their
true.
day. You play with Benzema and Lewandowski is just a goal scorer, but still world class. Again, is Lewandowski just a goal scorer? I'm not sure, but
Stage he was not anymore though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not anymore. He was. Yeah. But even at that stage, he was world class.
Demo saying, does Jamie still rate Rashford?
Oh,
Jamie,
man.
no.
Ah!
There's gonna be a break-up argument in those
No.
comments.
Trust me.
Someone scratched the record right there.
Okay, and here's a question for Rash. What do you think of what people are saying about Luis Diaz potentially being our franchise player?
Good question.
I think Luis Diaz is quality, bruv. I think he's got a humbleness about him, which I like. I always like humble players, you know what I mean? And he seems to really just enjoy
100%.
the game. He's very honest. Do you know what I mean? You don't see him crying, rolling around on the floor trying to get fouls and stuff like that. And he's not a nasty player as well. 100% he gives the game a good look. Yeah, and I appreciate man like Luis Diaz and his football. And I think he's a joy to watch. Does he have the charisma and the personality to kind of be the franchise boy? Well, Salah was, and he started off very humble as well. Now I think he's a bit, feeling himself, but he has the right to because he's proved it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think, especially with Liverpool players as well, that sort of personality is really appreciated, and I think he can be. And if he keeps on going the way that he does, I think it's actually it's a given that he will be.
Yeah, yeah. Luis Diaz is excellent, man. I can't lie. And the balance between him, Mane and Salah, I think works really well. To be honest,
Hmm. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think the three of them have a really nice balance.
it's perfect actually.
mm,
Yeah, yeah, it's quite seamless. Like, you, there's been some people that have asked, like, that is Salah's less good performances in the second half of the season, maybe partly linked to the fact that Luis Diaz is now there. Do you man see anything in that, or do you just think it's a result of, I don't know, maybe just
Do you know what?
impossible at that level of form that he was at before? What do you man think?
Look, there's a point to that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And an argument is this: is that
That's
when Liverpool are on the attack, they mainly just look to Mane or Salah, okay?
yeah,
And majority of the time, the people will divert from this side of the pitch onto that side just to play it into Salah because they're more confident in his ability and the fact that he will probably take it more to the goal. If not score the goal, then his shot will ricochet and provide a goal, or he can do something that will lead to goals. So that seems to be the way it swings. But it just seems like Liverpool now have confidence in more than one player, more than two players. And that's
yeah,
where the balance in itself has come out now. So it's not that Salah is performing less or he's not as good. It's just that Liverpool have more of an option now, which is good. And so I think that's mainly what it is. I don't think it's really exposing Salah in any way, but really just
mhm,
highlighting that Liverpool have a multitude of attackers now that they can go through that can all lead to goals.
yeah. And I think part of it is, like, we've all played football. Sometimes when you're playing and you see a man on form, you give him the ball. So naturally, we're probably all watching Diaz right now, and they're like, "Yo, this guy's cooking. Get the ball.
Mhm.
Let's get it to him." Because I'm sure if Salah has a mad game next game and he starts on fire, naturally he's gonna get the ball way more. Because that's just, they're gonna have to maybe play him more, bit more in turn. Obviously, Mane's form has gone up since January as well, which is
Mhm.
great to see. Because obviously, Mane, when you talk about humble players,
Mhm.
I mean, he's up there
He's
in
up
terms of
there.
he is
Yeah.
up there in terms of his humbleness, what he represents. Um, that's why it was a shame he missed the pen in a way, because it would have just been another little highlight to his season. But again, he didn't take it bad, which kind of shows um, his mentality as well.
who
Um,
who should have got man in the match for you, man? Then
I think Diaz or Trent.
Yeah, I can't say I saw enough to make a real call, to
Well,
be
Thiago
honest.
was good as well. Thiago was good as well.
class.
Thiago was class as well. Marcus Alonso for Chelsea was probably their best player, I would say.
I would have gone with Trent for his defense work, man.
Yeah, I'm not mad with Trent.
Part of reason they kept a clean sheet in that, man. He actually done his job. That's what I criticise him for. I've got to give it to him, if I'm honest.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. Joystick's girl saying, "LOL, Salah is mad arrogant now. Ever since he started celebrating Christmas and
This
taking
guy, this
pics,
guy.
he has been
What?
gassed. Anyway, release Shaw on the free."
Yeah, he's Jota now. Oh
Yeah,
man.
he's been hating
Hey, no,
Jota,
no, no.
apparently.
Nah, he's been hating on Shaw. Sometimes he does it to troll, but he's been hating on Shaw since the beginning. Still, and he said he thinks Thiago was man of the match. Yeah, I think Thiago, Diaz, or Trent. One of them three, I think, for me was probably man of the match. But about half hour in, 8 people still here. Smash the likes. I just wanted to quickly feel like it was a good shift point onto the Man City game. Obviously, West Ham 2-2. City coming back from 2-0 down, and then Mahrez had that penalty with 5 minutes to go, which he missed. It's kind of mad because when you see them type of comebacks from teams that are going for the league, they always seem to get that type of moment where they get a pen. You're like, yeah, here we go, comeback complete. Here's the moment, and then they go and miss it, which makes you think, wait, who here thought Mario was scoring? Because I definitely thought he was missing.
Nah, you could. You can just feel it
You
sometimes.
should feel it, yeah.
I didn't catch the game. I didn't catch the game, unfortunately. But I would have
Yeah.
thought he would have scored. If I saw Mahrez on the board and when watching the highlights, him to score, I would have thought he would score.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like he would miss, but overall, City got a draw. The title's still in their hands, and I kind of want to link this game back to the Wolves game as well, because we never touched on that when they won 5-1 away to Wolves, and KDB got the 4 goals. It came off the back of that debate that you man had last week about KDB, greatest ever Man City player.
Yeah, you're bad, man. That was tough, bro. How could you say that in cut? Kind of
Yeah,
guy.
it was tough still, and then I saw after that 4-goal performance that people were asking, is KDB now better than Vieira, Roy Keane, and Scholes?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
those were going around on Twitter. Good old Twitter.
That's it. Whoa.
I mean, Jalil, man, I'll start with you. Do you think it's even fair to compare KDB to a Paul Scholes?
I think in reason, man. You got to remember. Most of the people on who's watching this football today is a lot of teenagers, man. They didn't get to see Scholes. They get to see highlights. But if you haven't seen him in a day and watch him play a whole 90 minutes and you get to watch 10-minute clips, you're all going to compare and say, oh, what about Vieira? What about, do you know what I mean? All these amazing players. So if within reason, they have every reason to do it. However, for what I've seen, KDB has got another... I'll say a year or two. Then we can talk about it, in my opinion. Just based off what I've seen in the schools. Look, with Scholes, it's a bias of mine, yeah? You speak about Scholes, I'm going to know everything about the kid.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult, bro. But I will be open to have the conversation in about a year or two. Yeah, you just got a bit more to do. But in terms of goal scoring and that, yeah, he's probably technically more gifted. But in terms of controlling the game and stuff from the whole 90 minutes, hardly ever seen Paul's guys be shy, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's hard to say no, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I just think there's such. I'm not. Do you man think KDB is even a centre mid?
No.
Not
he can play there, but he's an attacking mid. I don't even obviously I get it. Like, a new conversation starts every day on Twitter.
Yeah,
but
Twitter every day, man.
Yeah, I ain't rocking with this one. No. No. Scholes' career is 20 years in the Prem. He played numerous times. He came back at the age of 38 and showed how important he was. Just don't even speak about KDB and Scholes. I'm sorry, or Keane or Vieira. I'm from a different era. I respect them and a little bit different. So no, it's just a no for me.
I hear that. And Rash, what are you saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Jeff, man. Them men are like my uncles and that. You can't really talk about them man, in the same breath as the man. You know what I'm trying to say? But look, can we say that he's well on the way to being one of the best in his position? Yes, we can. I think we can say that 100%. I don't think there's a lot of people challenging that at all, actually. I mean, there's dips in forms in all of those players who we mentioned in the above towards the end of their season, especially Scholes. Scholes, the season where he ended his England career, that was an atrocious season for him. Do you know what I mean? And the season where I think the one just before he left Manchester United, it was very poor. But then when he came back, you saw the value. I don't know what happened. He might have had laser eye surgery or whatever. Something happened. He came back. He came back really good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? His legs went up. His legs went a couple seasons before he was finished as well. So he wasn't much of a runner. He wasn't really much of a runner before. But the controlling of the game, what he did have before, it kind of did dip. But we can't get rid of all of the previous seasons that he had before. Like, they just don't disappear on the back of maybe 3 poor seasons. It doesn't work like that. Same with Roy Keane. He wasn't the top man until he left. Do you know what I mean? But he was the hard man until he left. Do you know what I mean? He always gave 100% and gave his heart. Vieira's just a boss. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Vieira was a boss in 3 different clubs. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that these type of players shouldn't compare the modern footballer to these players anymore. I don't think we should do that. Yeah, I think we keep these guys in their era and we mark them against people of their era. At most we can do is compare them, but not rate them against each other, because I just don't believe that it can be done. It's a different era of football, different type of style, different management, different diet, different levels of aggression and game control. So I'm not even going to even attempt to say that these guys are even on the same wave, same page. Do you know what I mean? So KDB is a great player. He's an amazing player. He's a world-class player. And one that I would have loved to have at Arsenal all day long. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to have the career that he's had at City, at Arsenal, I want him to have a statue. But at the same time, it's a different era. I don't want to hear about it because I hear man disrespecting Pele. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's been going on for a minute, bro.
And
That's
to
been
me,
going on.
like I would say racism's involved, but there's a lot of black folk chatting shit as well. So I can't even scream that God anymore. Do you know what I mean? But it's just, do you know what I mean? But they're just comparing different eras. They don't realize, the men were fighting for different things as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So just please leave people in the era. Don't compare men to that. Compare them to what they are up against now. And from what they're up against now, KDB is one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
And I think that's a perfect way to describe it, because obviously now with YouTube, there's so much more videos that get stored onto there. So if you actually go on there now, you can find quite a lot of full matches from the 2000s, etc. And every once in a while, I'll watch one or two. But then it's always different when you watch it back now, because that feeling of when you watch it live and when you were younger, it's gone now. You're looking at it with today's lenses. And that's when you realize that the game is completely different. Like the amount of space on the pitch that was then to now is way different. If you look at like Arsenal, for example, late 2000s, we had people like Fabregas, Klopp, Van Persie, all them, man. And Arsenal were the best passing team in the league and keeping like 60% possession in games. Now you got teams with, like, no offense, but I would just say like Liverpool, for example, that could trial midfield of Henderson, Keita, and Milner that will keep 80% possession. But then you can never tell anyone that midfield of Liverpool is better passing-wise than that Arsenal team. But the implementation of the systems, and it's not only that some teams now are better in possession overall and system-wise. Some teams have just said, you know what, forget possession. We are parking the bus the whole game and just going to transition. And that, just the way that people say Pep is like the trailblazer for the possession football, Mourinho and Simeone are the trailblazers for park the bus at all costs and transition. And now that's all you see. It's one or the other. You don't see anything else.
Kind of agree.
So but yeah, I agree with what Rash said, that you can't. It's hard to compare us. And yeah, when people talk about Pele, I've heard the Pele disrespect for years. You know, they played against keepers that didn't wear gloves. They used leather balls. So
disrespectful, bro.
I heard one that he played most of his games in his backyard or something like that.
He scored 1,000 backyard goals.
So there's hella disrespect for Pele around. So that's the nature of the game, man.
You kind of summed it up, man. Rash. Like, it's just, please leave KDB out of Scholes and them man's era. Leave it alone. Don't bring it again.
Throw up Will Smith's face right now. You hear me? Keep KDB's name out on your mouth.
When I try to look again, I said keep KDB now. Name out your fucking mouth.
Oh man!
Just to say, I'm confident for Arsenal today. White and Gabriel at the back. Right, they're both playing.
Yeah. And Smith Rowe starts over Martinelli.
It was a lie. Arteta's playing my games. Is that how he's doing this thing?
Restore normality. Also, the Champions League team is the history. Copying.
Oh my god!
Chiellini and draw or lose was some result for City, because no way we make up like that on 8 goals on goal difference. 100%. And Scholes, KDB, completely different players too. 100%. So what is the Arsenal lineup? People, if you get a chance to just share it in the chat for us, do let us know. But we do know that Gabriel. Have you got it, yeah?
Yeah, so Tomiyasu, it says Tomiyasu left back and Tavares right back. I think that's wrong. But Tavares is right footed, isn't he? So I don't know.
That would make no sense.
It wouldn't make sense. Oh no, they changed it. So it is Tavares left back, Tomiyasu right back. Xhaka and Elneny is normal as it is right now. And then Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, and then Nketiah. So Martinelli drops to the bench. And then the usual subs.
That's
What about,
my
for,
thoughts
think-
what
behind.
about for Newcastle? Is Trippier and Wilson back?
I
Yeah,
heard it back.
Trippier's on the bench. Wilson starts. Just go figure against Arsenal. So it's going to be Dubravka in goal, Target, Dan Burn, Shaw, Kraft, Longstaff, Mahrez, Joe Linton, Almiron, St. Maximan, and Wilson.
That back three.
No,
No,
back four.
Okay, back four. Okay.
Okay.
We haven't done very well against a back three. I can't lie recently, so it's good to hear back four.
Yeah, I mean the game's wide open, I guess.
I mean, my initial thoughts behind that really is Martinelli's literally looking to be a super sub today. I think if things don't go to plan. And Smith Rowe hasn't really started off too well, man, when he started recently, man. I'm not obviously, hopefully the kid does well tonight, man. I'm pretty us wrong, but in recent records, he hasn't really started well and he hasn't really got into the game, so it'll be good. He'd probably be better as a super sub, but Martinelli coming as a super sub could actually hurt them more, to be fair. But I think we'll have a lot of the ball. We go play Smith Rowe because Smith Rowe's more of a link man. He's more of that, fancy football where you can keep it for a bit longer, whereas Martinelli's more head down, going for the juggernaut, do you know what I mean? And just going straight to the line and then putting it into the box for Eddie to get a tap in or something, or going for himself, to be fair. But I don't know, which one would you guys have gone with?
It would have been the same for me. I wouldn't have started Smith Rowe. No disrespect to Smith Rowe, but I just think I don't think Martinelli's done anything to warrant being dropped. I think he's actually been
one of our better players against Spurs.
Yeah, I think he's been one of our better players for a good couple of months now. Like since he's re-established himself again and stayed fit, I think he's been really good. Like he's growing as a player. You can see he's actually getting better. He's stronger now. He's not as soft as he was before. He's getting there. Whereas, Smith Rowe, I'm not angry because Smith Rowe is good. Like, so it's just defense. I just want to see what happens with Tavares. Like, how are we gonna protect him? Because he's gonna have a hard game today. Like, Almiron is a random player, but on his day, Almiron's quite a good player.
I'll be real, man. After 10 minutes, they're gonna switch. They're putting St. Maximin on the right.
It could happen.
I have no confidence in Tavares right now.
Well, defensively,
Zero.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
with
zero.
you. Man. He looks really defensively.
If I was a Newcastle manager, I'd be like, attack this guy at all means.
Yeah, at will.
Do you know what I mean? And he's going to need a lot of protection. And the worst is that his protection is going to be Xhaka, which will probably put a lot of pressure on him and his decision making as well, which has been quite good recently. He just needs a lot of protection, and I think Smith Rowe, he's not really that sort of he's not energetic like that to be up and down the pitch. The thing about Smith Rowe as well, I actually think he plays better coming off the bench, to be honest, and I think that's where he gets most of his goals as well, and his impact into the game. But that may be because he hasn't had a starting run for a little while as well. I would have liked to see Martinelli start because I think we will need his type of energy from the beginning to set things off. Even if he doesn't score, he creates a lot from his energy and his ball keeping ability. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm not too sure about this starting lineup, but hey, like Jeff said, I'm not mad with Smith because he's a quality player as well. But I just think he's more of an impact player. He's better coming off the bench, to be honest. And I think that's probably where he would have been better off. But just speaking on Newcastle, I mean, little fact here is that, I think it's only Liverpool that have taken 3 points from Newcastle since January. So it's not very.
And Man City.
And Man City. So.
Oh, you must mean at St. James's Park, right?
Oh,
yeah. At their ground.
Yeah.
It's just Liverpool, isn't it? So. Look, it's not going to be an easy game at all. Before I was a bit confident going into this game, but I'm 50-50 to be honest.
Do you guys think that we failed with recruitment for Tierney's backup than with Suarez, or is he one for the future for you, man?
I can't deem it as a fail.
Yeah, it's got potential.
It's too early, I guess, to say it's a fail. Because at one point people wanted him to start, so
Mhm.
it'll be a big 360 for 4 or 5 months later to say it's now a fail. To me, I think as a balance, it's just all right. He's a young player. He's developing. He's exactly what it says on the tin. Backup.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
he's got a way to go to be a good player. But the thing that scares me the most is White and Gabriel. I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
that's yeah.
because you're both coming off injuries, which I don't really know what they are.
Mm.
So I don't
And
know when they're
they
gonna
both
flare
didn't
up.
train yesterday, by the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they
They
didn't
both
train.
didn't train yesterday.
So it could your injuries like Gabriel's looked like a muscular injury towards the end of the game, and or it looked like he was holding like his hamstring or something. That's never
Mhm.
good. Just experience of when you got a hamstring injury, it's almost certainly gonna go again.
Yeah,
And
20 minutes he could be off.
And that's why they're playing
easily.
Callum Wilson to run in behind.
And
Because Chris
yeah,
Wood's more of a static striker, stay still. They
hmm
wouldn't mind playing something against something like that today.
yeah,
Mhm.
Gabriel's like good in the air.
White hasn't featured what 3 games maybe,
Yeah, and you could see he
and
was not fit the other day.
yeah, so him coming like, of course, if they're 100% fit, I'll be confident because they're a good partnership. I think they could close out Callum Wilson quite comfortably. But seeing as they're probably 50-60%, I don't think both of them are going to make 90 minutes. I think at some point Tomiyasu is going to play centre back in this
I was
game.
gonna say that. I was gonna say, look, if anything, I think Tomiyasu is gonna be playing a more central role than being out wide in this game because they need it.
Yeah, like Gabriel one of them might make 60 minutes. Cedric might end up a right back. Tomiyasu might play centre back. Tomiyasu plays there for Japan anyway. So it's
Yeah,
Mm.
something that it's not foreign, but
yeah,
it's not ideal.
but you know what, Jeff? I think obviously it could happen after the game, but even me not as Arteta's not biggest fan, I think he can't get the blame after the game if you know Gabriel and Ben White have poor games. Because at the end of the
No,
day, let's be honest, today is Arsenal's cup final because it's
of course.
make or break today. If you're half fit today and you're a key player, you have to start. I don't care.
Yeah, if you should want to play, like
You should want to play.
uh, even like obviously it's down to the player. I'm sure Arteta asked them, they'll say, yeah, like I need to play this, and that's
Yeah,
the right attitude to have.
100%.
You should, if you are not playing this and you know the importance and significance of this game, you'd question the player's mentality, honestly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So, all right. Before we just finish up, just talking about the relegation battle, predictions for the Arsenal game. Now that we're here, who wants to go first? Jalil, you want to go first?
Yeah, what's that put in the group chat again?
You
I
probably
think
put
I'm
2-1 Arsenal.
What do you think
safe.
today? What do you think today?
What do you think right now, man? What do you
Yeah,
think right
right now it's a whole different situation how I felt a couple days ago, man, to be fair. But cool, I got two. So my head's telling me 1-1.
now? Okay.
My head's telling me 1-1. My heart's telling me 1-0 Arsenal. Just get that going and park the bus for the whole effing game ball. And just no one strain, no one stretches, keep ball, which is why Emma Smith Rowe might be on. As I said before, we don't want to keep running, we want to keep ball. So yeah, two results there, boys. So I can't pick one, man. I'm on the fence, man. Sorry.
Jalil's on the fence. Jeff, what are you saying?
gonna go 2-1 Arsenal. I think we may score early. So we might even get two before half time, and then we might endure 45 minutes of very difficult times,
Yeah.
but get the win.
All right, and Rash.
Yeah, I'm flirting between two results, and they're both Arsenal wins. I think Arsenal win 2-1, similar to what Jeff says. Might get two early goals and then just concede a goal in like the 70th minute, and then it becomes like the hardest game in the world for the
Yeah.
for the last 20 or half hour. 20. But I think as well, Arsenal I feel like they've got revenge in their eyes for last week. And I believe that Newcastle's slapping that they got last week as well is still in their memory. If you hit someone hard enough, it brings back all those traumas, and I think they might just feel that again. So either way, I think Arsenal's got the win. That's me hoping, and I actually think that as well. But hey, it can go anyway. We know this game. We know what the season's like, and boy, we do like to make shit hard for ourselves. So who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with your one as well. I think Arsenal will scrape it 2-1. I just think they'll just find a way to just get over the line. I think they would just scrape it. Now, if Gabriel and Ben White hadn't played and it was Tomiyasu and Shaka centre back, Tavares left back, and Cedric right back, now, I mean, you're talking draw at best. So,
Yeah.
but I think Arsenal will win 2-1. Jamie saying Arsenal going to wipe the Arsenal Newcastle top 4 penalty.
Yeah, that's that reverse psychology.
That's the reverse psychology. I like it.
We ain't falling for that, buddy.
Whatever, man. I know what that was all about.
You know he's laughing right now.
Jamie, you're a bad guy, but it's okay.
That was funny.
But yeah, man. Let's just round up just very quickly on let's talk about quickly like the Everton game. They lost 3-2 to Brentford at home. Now they probably won't go down because I know they've got one more home game before they come to Arsenal, the last game of the season.
Yep.
But I just think it's mad that Chelsea actually helped Frank Lampard keep Everton up. Because I don't care what anyone says, Chelsea gave him that win a couple of weeks ago. You know when Everton won 1-0 and Aspilicueta literally just kicked it into Richarlison and gave him a 1-on-1. I can't lie, man. I look fixed still. So
fixed.
I look fixed.
Look, all I know is that it would just be funny if they do go down. And do you know what? As much as the result went against them because they got their man. Yeah. See, I see you, Jamie. Yeah. So So even though the game went against them because they got the sending off and so forth like that, I don't want them to stay up. I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah. I want them to go down. I want them to go down.
I want them to go down.
Why?
I've got a few reasons. But you know what? I want them to go down. They deserve to go down. And you know what? I ain't got no faith in them, and I hope it's us to put them down as well.
They got Palace.
Happens. Leeds have to. Yeah.
They got Palace and Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said us. Hope it's us to put them down.
Palace and Arsenal.
That's right. Yeah.
What Watford? You still on there?
Watford have been taken off of my Instagram. I stopped following them, and them men that can get out of here, bruv. Their girl them can get out of here as well, bruv. Yeah, the girls got their Watford women's team. They got relegated as well. They're just following the man them. You get me? They got unfollowed as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So shout out to the devs. You did what you tried. You did what you did, but you ended up coming up a little bit short. But I'm unfollowing you girls too as well. You're out of here.
I always celebrate when Watford get relegated. Any team that sacks the managers at the rate that they do deserve to go down.
That's right.
They said they're going to change now.
So they think.
Yeah, I bet. This is the second time in a row that they've gone down.
Old habits die hard. Do you know
hired the same manager and sacked him twice. Get out of the league, man. Don't come back.
Get the hell out of here.
What the disrespect is this?
To be fair, they just hit them, Fulham and Norwich, just swap places at the season.
When their game against Palace, their manager supported Palace. Yeah, how about that? Hodgson was supporting Palace, but he gave a lap of honor for Palace, and then didn't even go to the Watford fans. Said it's too far for him. Yeah,
he's like,
get
man.
The hell out of here.
He's like, that. He's leaving at the end of the season too.
Trust me.
Roy Hodgson's at 73. That is accomplished. I wouldn't be surprised if he just packs it in at this point.
Trust me, he's like, you know what? This job showed me that it's time to retire. I ain't got this in my heart anymore. Still.
Yeah.
But yeah. So just very quickly, so only one of these three teams can go down now. Burnley, Leeds, Everton. Who do you man think is the third team to join Watford and Norwich down? Jalil, who do you think?
Leeds.
Leeds going down. Jeff?
I know Burnley have fought back in recent weeks, but something tells me it's going to be them.
Burnley. And Rash?
The only reason why I think it's going to be Burnley is because it's just long overdue, man. There's only so long that you can keep playing this game in that area for so long and escaping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been playing these dangerous games for like 10 seasons. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be them. As much as I like to see Everton kick the bucket, I think it's gonna be Burnley.
And you know what? I think at the start of the season, all four of us had Watford and Norwich going down.
And I
Well,
had
we-
Burnley as
I
well.
had
Who had
Palace.
Burnley? Was it you that had?
Yeah, you had. I had Burnley as well.
And I had
Yeah.
Palace.
Yeah, you
Someone
I
had
had
disrespected the
Brentford.
thing.
Southampton. I had Southampton.
Someone had Brentford.
Well, that
I
must
swear
be you.
someone had Brentford.
Maybe
Might
it
have
was
been
me. I
No,
don't
it
know.
might be me. No, it might be me now thinking about it because I don't know. Yeah.
Someone had Palace because someone thought, yeah.
I said Palace with my
Yeah, it was
chest. I
Jeff.
was wrong incredibly.
Yeah, to be fair, I
Yeah.
said Southampton as well. But I think, I remember someone said Burnley. It was rash. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We all had Arsenal finishing outside the top four. Looks like we're gonna get our wish.
I mean, I had Arsenal finish.
Don't do that, Jalil. Don't do that,
Oh,
bro.
my days.
No, don't do
It's
that, bro.
just me.
No, do you know what it is? Yeah, you see when there's negative Arsenal fans and they're just so negative, hoping that the results go against their negativity. Yeah,
Well,
if it goes for your negativity, I'm blaming you. I'm
I
blaming
know
you.
why he's doing this one.
Yeah.
You can say told you if it comes
No.
out.
I don't like. There's one thing I hate is I told you. Even though we've been doing well, and even when we finish, I hate. I told you so. That's the worst. That's why Arsenal fans are our biggest enemies, bro. We're our biggest enemies. We're gonna attack each other. I told you that. Why do you want me to be wrong so the result is right? I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, we
Yeah.
wanna lose 3-0,
All I'm saying is, you've changed, man. You changed. You used to be.
I'm still
No.
positive.
You used to be a really good cheerleader, man. You used to give me hope when there was no hope. But you've changed, bro. You changed.
I'm still as positive as it gets because I look. It comes down to this, yeah. It comes down to being realistic. Because if I'm look, this is how it goes. If I'm saying we're gonna win,
like that's in the building, ain't been seen for a minute.
I'm not even going to ask you to who, because we all know who you think's going to
no,
win. Jess.
he's talking about the Arsenal Spurs
He's
game.
talking about Tottenham Spurs, Arsenal, bro.
Oh, look who's
Well,
back.
popped in.
Do you remember? Remember he wouldn't come back on the show. You shook it.
Now all of a
Get
sudden,
out of here.
you got cojones.
You get me? Man found his cojones under his bed. Oh, there they are.
He goes to
There they are.
me. He goes to me
Smash the likes, Jesse, and everyone's watching. Smash the likes.
after the 3-0. After the 3-0, Jesse goes to me. I can't wait to come and real balls talk before I S on it.
Hey, big him up.
man.
Hey, Jesse does need to come back on still. Jesse does need to come back on.
Listen, when this game was going on, Jesse was offering out everybody. Come outside. Knocking out everyone. Come out. Calling out everyone by name. Called me out by my government name. Just slapped him.
Hey, it's vicious.
Shout out to
out
my
here.
guy, Jess.
It's vicious. It's
But
vicious.
yes,
Man,
sorry.
like,
Just
yes.
what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm Mr. Positive, right? But I'm also realistic. So even if I say we're gonna win this game, everyone be like, "Oh, you're too positive. You always want." Do you know what I mean? Like you can't win. I've realized
You can't win now.
I'm 32 years on this earth. You can't win with no one. You could say we're gonna win. People get onto you. You say you're gonna lose. People get onto you. You can't win. So that's how I see it.
Do you know what I do? No matter what the result is, I'm just getting onto United fans.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
He's
right
been
now.
more better. He's been more better this year.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
Come
well,
on.
I wanted to clarify.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, Man United have a highlight reel this season.
See,
Bro.
look at us. Look at us. Look what we got to. We go attack. It's like Spurs fans always attacking us fans. We're attacking United fans. I want to talk about Arsenal. I want guys.
But that's
Alright.
football these days and fans these days, man. They find more joy in other teams losing than their teams winning.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. That might be that's the quote of the day. That is 100% right. Sad times.
Sometimes.
But all right, let's round it off with stars and frauds of the weekend. We know how this goes. You got to pick one star from the weekend and one fraud. So Jalil, start with you. Who's your star and fraud of the weekend?
Did United play this week?
Nah.
Dodging bullets. Dodging bullets. Okay.
Damn, what happened this weekend?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Cup final threw me off, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
come on.
Liverpool Oh no, Trent. I've been picking up Trent all week. Trent could be my star, 100%, man. Just to the start of the weekend, man. He peeled a lot of that as well, and to achieve all of that by the age of 23, you kind of got to give it to him for this weekend. He achieved it this weekend. Achieved the Champions League, the lot, man. And Ford will be. You sure I can't give it to a United player, man? What's going on?
I mean, if you really want, you can, but.
Yeah, come back to me for the Ford, man. Come back to me for the Ford.
Come back to you, Jeff. What are you saying?
I'll give star of the week to Simicast for the winning penalty, I guess. Fraud or bad player of the week, whatever you want to call it. I'm torn. It's between two people. Between Braithwaite for Everton or Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko gets it because both goals were his fault.
Yeah.
He was awful. Bowen tore him to shreds. So yeah, Zinchenko is a convincing winner.
Okay, so Zinchenko for the weekend for Jeff and Simicast star of the weekend. Rash?
I don't know if I've got a star of the weekend. I might have two frauds.
Okay.
Zinchenko, definitely.
Yeah.
And Richarlison. Can't stand that guy.
He's hard to watch, man.
I can't stand that guy. He's like, I fell down.
Every
fell
time.
down. Why is it not a foul? I fell down. Man, shut up and get out of here, man. I'm tired of you, bruv. I'm tired of you, bruv. I don't want to see you on the TV. If I see Everton playing and Richarlison starting, I'll turn it off. I can't stand his face. I can't stand his attitude. I can't stand his entitlement to keep the ball at his feet and not be tackled. I can't stand that guy. Like, I can't stand that guy. Yeah.
Okay. So Richarlison wins then?
The Richarlison wins.
Okay, cool.
And you know what? I didn't watch the cup final because I was out in central London. Got caught up in protests on accident. I didn't go there for that purpose. And and the day got captured. I ended up being in BBC studios. I don't know how I ended up there. I just did. And after that, my day was just spent in central London. So I missed everything. I missed the cup final. I must have watched 75 seconds of it. But I guess if I'm going to big up anyone, let's big up Liverpool for keeping their pathway open to still achieving the quadruple. Well done, lads.
Yeah. Jalal, have you got your fraud?
It's going to sound harsh. Mason Mount, 0-6. Not really his fault, but 0-6 is a bit of a deep record for people to remember. And I can guarantee you, there's probably other people who had 0-6 at Wembley, but for some reason, Mason Mount's been shouted. I think it's more of the opponent fans who shout it out, who people Chelsea fans are bigging up Mount to the fullest, right? And I think it was them, to be fair. So Mason Mount, hold that.
Yeah, I think start of the weekend, I'll give it to Liverpool as well for keeping the quad alive. And then for fraud of the weekend, I'll give it to Rondon for that mad challenge that he did.
How long did he last on the pitch? Hold on a second.
Absolutely criminal cameo. That challenge is just like, I'm done with the Premier League. Yeah, because he's done that, bro.
Don't worry, man. We're done with you too, bro. We done with you too.
Everyone wins there. Like Everton fans probably. I think Everton fans even clapped them off. They're like, all right, that's the last time I'm going to see you. So,
okay, guys, quick update. Justin Mbappe seems to have agreed terms with Madrid. It's not signed yet, but he's agreed personal terms.
Jeez.
Expecting
that might mean a bit of a heavier push for Mane from PSG.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay, and Jeff's right. Yeah, it's starting to break, but it's going to be it's going to be formally announced. Well, someone's going to announce it tomorrow. So, man, Mbappe at Madrid. Yeah, we'll get onto that more on the Wednesday show because that's some stuff we probably have to get deep into because as Rash said, does that impact Mane's future? PSG all of a sudden You know what I'm saying? They have to replace Mbappe. You can't just let him go. So there will be candidates, and Mane will definitely be one of them, given he's only got 1 year left. Um, so yeah, people, listen. It's been a great show. Make sure to smash the likes. Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. We're gonna be back on Wednesday. But yeah, make sure you have a good evening. And anyone that watches the Arsenal game, if you're an Arsenal fan, then yeah, good luck to Arsenal. If you're not an Arsenal fan, then yeah, we know the trolls are waiting. The trolls are waiting to say that we bought this. So yeah, man, people, we'll be back on Wednesday. So until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then. Peace and love. Peace.
So,
Peace.